So I have some bad news for those of you who think getting a hysterectomy is 100% guarantee against getting pregnant. In my second episode of Sperm Will Find a Way, Unlikely Ways People Have Gotten Pregnant, we're going to talk about pregnancy after hysterectomy. There's about 100 case reports out there about people who've gotten pregnant after their hysterectomies. There's two types of those kind of pregnancies: those who are likely pregnant at the time of their hysterectomy and those who got pregnant months or years after. Today's case report is about someone who got pregnant right before getting their hysterectomy, but this one's particularly unusual because it resulted in a live birth of an almost term infant. So this patient was already a mother of 3 children when she got her hysterectomy. The night before her surgery, she had intercourse, and the next day she had her surgery. She got a total abdominal hysterectomy, so they removed her uterus and her cervix. During this time, which sounds like the late 70s, they were still leaving the fallopian tubes in place. Nowadays, we mostly remove the fallopian tubes during a hysterectomy. During intercourse the night before, that sperm and the egg likely were meeting in the fallopian tube at the time that she was getting her hysterectomy. So after they removed the uterus, there was still a fallopian tube with an embryo in it. So the embryo traveled down into the abdominal cavity and looked for a place to implant. Now this patient felt fine for the first couple months after her hysterectomy, but then started to notice she felt nauseous, she had tender breast, and her abdomen was getting bigger and bigger. Around 24 weeks, they did an ultrasound and found a live baby in her abdominal cavity. Because everything was stable, they let the pregnancy continue until about 36 weeks when she developed preeclampsia. Ended up doing an exploratory laparotomy, so a big abdominal incision, and found a live 36-week infant in her abdomen. Her placenta was attached mostly to her small bowel and her anterior abdominal wall. This story really is amazing since it's one of the only ones that has a live birth and a live patient at the end of it. But it just goes to show you, even if we remove your uterus, sperm can find a way.